Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater Soundcheck. This time out, an incredible collection of orchestral percussion instruments from Toontrack. Let's get started. Today we're checking out the Orchestral SDX from Toontrack, an expansion for Superior Drummer 3. The Orchestral SDX includes 120 different instruments, and these range from timpani to orchestral bass drum, snare drum, toms, taiko drums, all sorts of exotic instruments and effects instruments as well. Whether you're working on orchestral pieces, an ambient sound design, or you want something more cinematic, the sounds you need for percussion are included in the Orchestral SDX. To capture the sounds for the Orchestral SDX, Toontrack went back to the same facility they used to record the sounds for Superior Drummer 3. That's Galaxy Studios in Belgium, which is an amazing facility. It's a very large room with an extremely low noise floor, and this allows great dynamic range, as well as the ability to capture a wide range of articulations within a natural-sounding environment. Each instrument in the Orchestral SDX was captured using the ideal microphones, whether we're talking about the stereo close miking or something further back in the room, or the height microphones for surround. This allows you to mix those microphones as you choose within Superior Drummer and get exactly the sound and exactly the positioning that you want, no matter what you're doing with your mix, whether it's going to end up being stereo or a surround format. Let's take a look at what the Orchestral SDX looks like in Superior Drummer 3. Inside of Superior Drummer 3, the Orchestral SDX is organized into two parts, Orchestral Percussion 1 and Orchestral Percussion 2. Orchestral Percussion 1 includes our leading instruments from the orchestra, things like bass drum, snare drum, timpani, taiko drums, gongs, and so on. Orchestral Percussion 2 includes hand percussion, effects percussion, and lots of assorted instruments there. So you can really add color to your productions using Orchestral Percussion 2, building on the basis that you establish with Orchestral Percussion 1. So let's take a tour of some of the instruments that are available inside of Orchestral Percussion 1. We'll switch back over here. And again, these are the leading instruments from the orchestra. So we have our bass drum. And just listening to that instrument, you can hear the quality of the recording. All the attack is there, all the body of the instrument, and that long, beautiful sustain and ring out from the drum is all captured very, very accurately. And this is because of the acoustical environment at Galaxy Studios and the attention to detail that Toontrack paid to each of these instruments. Now, the instruments were recorded completely without processing. We have a direct line from the microphones into a Neve 88D console, and then they're coming straight to you inside the SDX. This allows you to process these instruments exactly the way that you want for your productions, and you can do that processing right inside of Superior Drummer 3. Now, what you see here is not the complete collection of instruments. So, for example, if we go to the snare drum, we have a marching snare here. We can also switch to a Ludwig Black Beauty, and a number of other drums as well. The situation is the same with most of the instruments in this SDX. So for example, on the gong, we have a high gong, we have a high medium, and low, and we also have a choice of a harder beater or a softer beater. So if we choose to the hard beater, we get a completely different sound. So we have many, many different articulations available to us inside the Orchestral SDX. Now keep in mind that what you see on the screen is not everything that's available to you. Using MIDI, you can access 128 different sounds simultaneously. So for example, on the screen, using the mouse, I can play one or two notes on the tubular bells. But if we switch over and show the MIDI mapping, we can see that all those notes are available. And we can choose to play them from a MIDI keyboard like the CME that I have connected here today. The selection of instruments continues from there. We have a thunder plate, different types of gongs, cymbals, our taiko drums, timpani, and you can see when we look at our MIDI map, we have timpani open, but we also have muted variations of this. Open. On the taiko, we can hit the side of the drum, the center, muted, or the rim. So all those articulations can be incorporated into your productions to give you exactly the sound and the rhythmic effect that you want. Now let's move over to Orchestral Percussion 2, which contains a wide range of hand percussion and effects percussion instruments. So we have congas, And note that we have a variety of different articulations. Bongos, again, a wide range of articulations. Tambourine. Effects. Even finger snaps. Group stomp. Single stomp with both hard shoes and soft shoes. Claps. And so on. There's a wide range of different instruments to choose from. The Orchestral SDX isn't just about the instruments, though. You also get a wide range of MIDI grooves that you can apply to these instruments. So let's switch over here. We'll select Orchestral Percussion 2. Let's look under 4/4. Here's our maracas, cowbells, so lots of different grooves that you can combine together to create your own productions. And of course, we also have grooves available in Orchestral Percussion 1. So if we switch back over here and look at the grooves for Orchestral Percussion 1, lots and lots of different grooves that, again, you can use to construct your own productions. Beyond the instruments and the grooves, we have a lot we can do with the sounds. We have the built-in mixer, so we can pan, we can set the levels, and so on. We have onboard reverb. We can choose the mics that are being used to create the sounds that we're listening to in each case. And we can also process the sounds of the drums themselves. So we can affect the level, we can affect the tuning. So if we hit our snare drum here, we can tune that down or up. We can reverse the sounds. We can program a custom envelope for the sounds if we like. We can add pitch effects. And again, we can use an envelope for that if we like. We have velocity curves we can apply. We can set where the soft hit level is. We can assign MIDI mapping. Lots of processing that we can apply to the sounds to customize them for what we want out of Orchestral SDX. Within Superior Drummer 3, we can also do things like layer drums together, so we can create complex sounds that we can apply inside our productions. We can also create music directly inside Superior Drummer 3. We don't even have to have a DAW. So if we go back to our grooves page, we can choose a groove and drop it right straight here on the timeline, add another one, and build our production in this way. We can add additional tracks, we can add a song track, so we have a lot of possibilities for creating music entirely inside Superior Drummer 3. Now, Superior Drummer 3 will operate standalone, or as I'm using it here, which is as a plugin inside Studio One. You can also use it in any other DAW that supports VST, AU, or AAX formats. In this case, I'm using PreSonus Studio One, and I've got Orchestral Percussion 1 on the first track, and the next track includes Orchestral Percussion 2, so I can access all those sounds simultaneously right from within my DAW. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Orchestral SDX from Toontrack. It's an amazing expansion for Superior Drummer 3. You have that wide range of instruments, all those articulations, all that processing capability, the different microphone possibilities, all the surround possibilities. It's an amazingly powerful package. When you combine that with everything that you can do inside Superior Drummer 3 for creating and customizing your music, you have an over-the-top tool, whether you're working in the orchestral, cinematic, ambient, or any other genre of music. Thanks for joining me for Sweetwater Soundcheck. I'm Mitch Gallagher.